Hello everybody, welcome back. Whew. We are finally going to get some field work done. I've been cleaning up that tree pile and draw on that new farm. Got all the trees kind of burnt and taken care of, and got the stumps all hauled off, and I shaped up that draw pretty well. It was, I mean, whoever owned that before had at some point hired someone to put kind of a, I don't know, a little dam in there, kind of a sediment catch or something, and it was all blowed out, washed around. So we got that straightened up, and man, it looks pretty nice. But in the process of doing so, I broke the pin on the skid loader, the bucket cylinder pin for on the quick attach is what had broke, quick attach frame. Anyway, we had, put a new pin in there and straightened it back out, and it was looking pretty good and tight. And then it broke again yesterday, so I don't know. I got it pretty well straightened out, leveled off enough. I don't think it's going to be a problem, but I can't figure out why that pin keeps breaking. All I'm doing is shoving dirt and moving that around, and it was breaking while I was shoving dirt, not when I was tipping or dumping or whatever, just straight shoving. So something there is goofed up. Anyway, got to get the big disc all greased up and ready to go. Checked all the fluids on the tractor already, and she's good. Well, I had to add a little hydraulic oil, but nothing major. Oh man, it's about time, isn't it? Look at that hay over there. It's looking good. So we need to get this seeding done so we can get her worked up and get her going. So shouldn't be anything wrong with the disc, as we had that wing apart there a month ago and got that loose blade tightened up. I don't know why it was loose. This disc is, it's an old disc, and it's been so long since it's been apart. The that thing, whatever that thing's called, it was pretty doggone tight on the shaft. Gonna get it to move, so I ended up heating it up with the torch, heating it up around that guy and smacking it with a hammer, got it tighter. So hopefully it won't be any problem. Heck, the neighbor across the way is putting fertilizer on. Anyway, well, let's get greasing so we can go into the field. Of course it would be out of grease when I get underneath of it. What a pain. That's the way it goes. Well, I got the back half greased. Good enough, right? That's good enough. Just kidding. Well, that took longer than it's supposed to. Had a stupid greaser break off down here on the tractor drive shaft, and that was kind of a pain in the ass. But anyway, got that guy replaced. It's pretty windy today, so it's a good day to go do the disking and do the seeding, broadcasting tomorrow or the next day. Yeah. And here we go. Oh man, it'll be nice to get this hillside seeded down. This particular hill and that one, 2 years ago now, I had hired an outfit to come in and seed it, and they did the bottom on the other side of the river, and then they came up here, and you can see they made it around the field. And they got a few passes over here going north and south, and then they ran out of seed and they didn't know it or whatever, because they didn't get any seed over there. And they didn't do a real good job with their alignment with their passes, because we had some skips in between the passes on the other side, on the bottom. There's that doggone big tree pile that I haven't been able to get totally wiped out. There's a lot of rotten wood in there. None of that stuff's gonna burn. So, whatever, I guess. But we can at least get worked up around it and get this stuff seeded down good. I'm kind of debating. I haven't really decided whether I'm gonna hit all this stuff with the soil finisher or not. I guess we'll kind of see how it does. If it chews it up nice, then I probably won't, but I need to come back with either the harrow or the cultipacker before we seed it and knock the clods down. So soil finisher would do a good job of that too, so maybe we'll just hit it with that and break up the clods. I don't know. We'll see what it looks like when we get done with the big disc. Never know. It's pretty mellow out. It might just chew it up and be okay. Man, you would think putting the tractors in the shed would keep them clean and dust free, but look at that. That shed just seems to attract dust for some reason. Of course, it's got a dirt floor, but I mean, most machine sheds do have dirt floors. And we're not going full throttle. I'm only running about 2,000 RPM. I don't want my wings to throw too much dirt out there and get it way off into the hay. You know, I'm trying to keep it mostly within the cut of the disc. Those back gangs are wider than the front gangs, which is supposed to, you know, supposed to pull them back over. All the stuff it throws out, it's supposed to pull it back over. But when you pull them too fast, it throws it way out there. So it's not overworking the tractor. This thing will pull it, you know, probably 7 miles an hour. So we're just kind of playing with it. Kind of a nice disc. It does a pretty good job, especially for what I paid for it. This disc was really cheap. Looks like I'm getting just a little bit of ridging in the middle back there. Slow it down just a little bit more so it's not ridging quite as bad. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to go adjust the tongue so it's doing a better job. I got it now. I'm getting crooked. Maybe over there farther. Now you can see right here, we've got pretty good hay over there. Pretty good hay over there, but nothing over here. I mean, there's some here because I tried reseeding it last year and it didn't come up worth a darn, but last year was a funny year too. Okay, now let's go chew up this other waterway that we had all the trees in. See what we can do with this one. Man, look at that hay underneath. Isn't that beautiful? That's just beautiful. Oh, look at that. Well, there's one rack that's not going to get in my tire. That shit gets expensive. A lot of times you'll find them stuck in your tire like that. Big old hole in there. Throw that in there. Okay. Turned out pretty nice. When we first got this farm 2 years ago, that had a bunch of trees in it and a couple big mounds of dirt and 2 big ravines over there on that far side. Just a little bit of work with the skid loader, removing the trees with the backhoe and shaping her up. Now she's back to looking pretty good. So this is definitely working up pretty nice. I'm hitting it now with my second pass, and it's doing a fair job. It looks like I'm a little bit off here. I need to be over there, but I think a third time anyway with the soil finisher is going to leave it even nicer. So we'll have to get the soil finisher when we get done and run through here, and hopefully that'll leave her with a nice finish. Well, we were doing pretty good. Got down to that last field and folded her up and had to go open the gate because we had cows in there last. Anyway, I climbed down and looked at the gate and opened her up, and son of a bitch, got a flat tire on the tractor. Well, that's not just fucking dandy. Well, anyway, luckily I've got tires stashed away back here from when we sold the 2394 tractor. Same tires are on it, so that's why I kept them. So here's some of them tires. There's another one there. This one's no good. I'm looking for one of them little plastic things that goes around the valve stem. That one looks like it's brass. Ooh, that one's loose too. Perfect. Anyway, we got the yeah, nice and brass. I got the old one off. No big deal, just pulled it off with the skid loader basically. Got our used one dismounted. Boy, that was a real booger. It's a lot easier to dismount them when they're still on a tractor. Yeah, you can kind of, you know, hold the rim still while you pry on the tire. But anyway, tractor's gone, so we had to work it off by hand on the ground, and that was a son of a bitch. Anyway, we're gaining. I got the tire back mounted, but we broke our little plastic thing that holds the tube in, so had to take the tire back, had to dismount it again, pull the outside bead back off, and fish the tube back out of there. Well, now I got a nice brass one, so I know she'll hold. Whew! I'm glad I just happened to have a tire on hand, because god dang. And the ability to change them. That's worth a lot, guys. Oops, this goes in here. Got a nice big 20-ton hydraulic air jack, and we've got the hydraulic to air bead breaker, just like the regular commercial guys does. And, you know, of course, a few spoons and whatnot. Everybody's got to have tire spoons. Anyway, being able to fix your own tire is just about a have to anymore. But shit, that big tire right there. Luckily, it was the outside one. If it was an inside one, I would have had to call somebody. But anyway, I don't know what these tires would cost. That's a used one, obviously. It's pretty good tread, though. I mean, look at, it's up to there anyway. It's a good inch of tread. It pretty well matches the other tires. I mean, it's about the same. I don't know how farmers get along anymore these days without having the ability to change their own tires. I really don't. Only took us a couple, let's see, what time was it? Yeah, it took us about 2 hours to do it. Managed, you know, mind you, I had the other one I already had on hand, so I didn't have to go anywhere. All we had to do was jack her up and peel her off. Now, if you got a second guy that can help you holding bars and so on, it makes it easier too. Cameron's out here helping me a little bit. Anyway, well, it's gonna be a long enough video, guys. Next, I'm gonna hook onto the soil finisher right over there, right in front of the 986, I guess. We get that hooked on, and we're gonna go run over everything that we just dissed, because it's got the beater blades and the shovels and the tine harrows on, I guess they're not spring tine, they're just the old bar harrow sections on the back of it. It does a phenomenal job of smoothing and leveling and making a really nice seed bed. So, anyway, you guys know the deal. Hit that subscribe button, give me a good thumbs up, hit the comments, got any questions or whatever, hit me up. Till the next video, thanks for watching, catch you later.